Hi, survivors. It's me, Prepper Zan, reporting to you. Hope you guys are doing well because what's going on in this world is not. Please excuse the quality of the video. All you survivors who've been with me for a while, y'all know when y'all see this picture here, it's a bad hair day. And I'm not trying to be on film. I want to get the message out. You know what I mean? I just don't care to be fixing up to be in front of no camera. But anyway, y'all, I want to thank Queen for sending me this article about people are turning off their heat due to surging prices. And that's sad. And it's all a part of these wicked people agenda to freeze people out or to turn off the grid or to contaminate some people need allegedly. But anyway, I pulled up one of these articles. It said it's like living in an igloo. People are turning off their heat as prices surge. As the first frigid weather of autumn chills the Northeast, many people are faced with a tough decision, dealing with the surging cost of heating their homes or to live without it. Home heating prices are skyrocketing yet again this winter, up 18% nationwide on top of last year's 17% spike, according to the National Energy Assistance Director Association. Charmaine Johnson works in the call center at Philadelphia's Heater Hotline, part of a nonprofit that assists low-income families with their heating systems and bills. Johnson, 63, can relate to the concerns she's hearing all day. She, too, is struggling to afford her heating bills. With help from her son, Johnson paid more than $1,000 to fill part of her oil tank, which she hopes will last her most of the winter. Wow, that's a lot of money. Johnson says she doesn't qualify for government assistance with her heating bills, as inflation also pushes up her food budget and other expenses. She is bundling up and keeping the heat turned down, hoping to stretch that off for as long as possible. I can relate to that as well because I told my family, even on hot days, turn off that air. And on cold days, y'all better wrap up in some blankets. And we'll have like a little heat, but then like I downsize so the place is not that big, so it'll heat up the house like really quickly. And then I turn it off for hours, And so I see that I'm not the only one doing this. We all should be trying to cut back in some way, y'all, but don't kill yourself, She says it's miserable. It's like living in the igloo. Several factors are driving hikes in home heating prices, including the war over there. They always blaming the war over there. They don't have nothing to do with over here. We shouldn't have to be affected with all this. It says OPEC plus cuts, a surge in energy exports, lower energy inventories, and a high demand for natural gas in the U.S. electric power sector, according to the Energy Information Administration, which is EIA. EIA projects heating a home with natural gas will cost an extra 25% this winter, and heating with electric will run 11% higher. This is terrible. The steepest hike will be on heating oil, which is expected to be 45% more expensive than last year, squeezing roughly 5 million households, mostly in the Northeast. Tim Wisely is keeping the heat off at his home outside Philadelphia, even as temperatures dip toward freezing. He wants his heating oil to last as long as possible, and filling his tank costs roughly $1,500. It seemed like, man, it seemed like being self-reliant would be cheaper than all this here stuff, man. For $1,500, there's a lot of other different things you can get that you can own to heat your home and to have a homestead, all that, y'all. It's just, people gonna start seeing in a minute. It's 50 or 55 degrees in here. To me, that's not unbearable yet, which is true, Wisely said, adding that he'll turn the heat on when his teeth chatter. Wow. The 67-year-old is retired, living month to month on Social Security benefits. He lost his wife last year, and his medical bills are adding to the long list of expenses. You can't go food shopping and get oil. It's one or the other, he said. Wisely believes he'll run out of heating oil at some point this winter. He's not sure what he'll do when that happens. It's a horrible feeling, he said. It's a feeling I wouldn't wish on anyone. This winter, the Biden administration is distributing $4.5 billion in federal assistance to help families pay their heat bills. I don't believe that. Allegedly. The funds for the Low-Income Home Energy Assistance Program, known as LIHEAP, stem from regular appropriations by Congress. Additional emergency funding lawmakers included in September's continuing resolution and $100 million from the bipartisan infrastructure law that passed last year, according to the Department of Health and Human Services. Annette Thomas, 53, and her husband received $500 from their program to help them heat their home near Philadelphia, she said, but it was only enough to fill roughly 1/3 of their oil tank, which Thomas thinks would last just 2 to 3 weeks. Good God. That's why we're holding off, she said. We haven't turned our heat on yet, and it's chilly now. They're trying to pay off their electric bill in the coming days to avoid a shutoff. Plus, their other bills and expenses are way up. Wow. So they're using space heaters, which are very costly too, and electric blankets to stay warm, hoping to save their heating oil for when their kids come home for Thanksgiving. Wow. These aren't luxuries, they're necessities, and it is a struggle, Thomas said. So yes, it's upsetting. It is. Y'all, all this stuff is a setup. I'm going to say allegedly, but y'all should know by now it is. All of it intentional. And when people start realizing that the enemy lies within, everybody, y'all going out there standing them long lines trying to vote for change, the change going to start with us. Sticking together and coming together and getting off this grid. Because y'all, I'm telling y'all, they want to drain us dry. And that's no allegedly. Those are facts. Drain you dry till you depleted. You ain't gonna be able to keep on trying to catch up with this. You know, affording the oil to heat your home, affording the light bill, the gas bill, water bill, the rent, the food, the water. It's like, what are we really doing, y'all? It's like a dog chasing their tail. You can never own this stuff unless you already own it. And then you have to pay all these taxes on it. You know, and then when you're talking about these bills, that's a forever thing. Every month, they're going to come with that electric bill. Every month, they're going to come with that gas bill. Every month, they're going to come with that